What is going on, people? My name is Daniel, and today we'll talk about templating in HTML. Now, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I mean, templating is not available in HTML5, and I mean, that's true. HTML is a very static programming language, if we can even call it that. And we know that templating is all about dry codes, which means do not repeat yourself, don't copy paste code. And this is something that I find you have to do very often when you're writing just plain old HTML. And there's a reason for that. And obviously, this topic came up when I saw a question on Stack Overflow, asking about how you can template a basic HTML file. There's no way to do it specifically in HTML5 to make it look cool, but there are ways to do it, and I'm going to show you them, and they're pretty easy. So the first thing we'll look at is how to do it in just plain old HTML5, and that will be with the use of iframes. Now, do not tell anyone that I showed you this, because I personally discourage using iframes. They are you'll see how much of a struggle they are soon. So the next thing you can see or we'll look at is doing it in PHP, and then finally we'll take a look at some of the JavaScript methods that you can use. Now we'll probably not get to all of them in this video, so we'll see how far we get, and then we'll see the next video after that. So let's take a look at what we have. Here is my structure, and inside the structure we have a about, a blog, a contact, and an index page, of course. Now our main entry point will be the index page, and it's open here, so as you can see. And you can see this is like an awesome website that I've created in about 50 seconds with all the CSS, some of that inline and whatnot. And then here's our about page, and here's like a hero thing, and here's a blog post and what have you. And then here's a contact page. This is of course with a form, and then the blog page will include a little more posts, and then pagination, which doesn't work, of course. So let's see our code. As you can see, we have here the contact page, and you can see this is everything that's in here. But let's take a look at the index page. Everything is also in here. So I mean, this is not too cool. We have to repeat most of our website, and only some of that changes. So let's see how we can solve that issue with iframes. So, oops, I didn't want to do that. So let's create a new folder, if you're not stupid like me, and create a new folder, and let's call it iframes. And inside that, create a new file called home.html. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and get everything from the index main section, Control C, and then Control V, of course. Copy and pasting is awesome. Inside the iframes, you're also going to create a new file called index.html as well, and you can pretty much just copy and paste everything that you have in the index file, other than the main, because we're going to replace that with an iframe. Okay, so iframes are very messy, and you'll see why that is in a second. We'll give a source of home.html, and then we'll give it a width of 100% and the height. And here I'm just going to say it should be 800 pixels. You cannot give a fluid height to an iframe. There's no other way around it. You can't size it to be the exact size of your content, and it doesn't really work well with viewports. I'm going to show you a couple ways around that, but don't even base your work around iframes in the first place. It's probably very bad. And then inside the hrefs, of course, we have to create, we'll call this home.html, and we'll call the target. And for that to work, we're going to have to specify a name. So the name equals iframe example, and then you'll have to use that name for the target in the link. Okay, so now you can just copy that and put it everywhere in here. And all you're doing right now is just saving a couple of lines of code, and I apologize about that. So you're saving a couple of lines of code, but you're breaking your layout, which is very fucking terrible. We'll see how you can do that. But first of all, inside our iframes, we'll also have to create a couple of new ones. So we'll call a new file, and we'll call blog.html. We'll call contact.html, contact.html, and we'll call I think we have an about. I think yes, about.html, and then inside these ones we'll see that we have this one. We'll copy the main here inside this about.html, and then we can close this one. We'll close this one. We can copy the main inside here, do the contact.html, save that, close them both, and then finally the blog.html we can, it's kind of a bigger one, but you'll see. Oops. And then we can put that here, save it, and of course, if you have a real blog, this will not work at all. But let's go to iframes / index.html, take a look at what it looks like. Oops. Yeah, of course, I didn't put the index here. Okay, so take a look at that. Oops, what happened? We have kind of the same layout for the top and the bottom, but what the fuck is going on here? Well, what is going on is basically that your iframes do not inherit any of the CSS that you have there. So what you have to do is basically go through each one of them and just get this style tag, and you don't need anything else really, but get this style tag and copy paste all of this into every single one of these things. So we'll say paste that here, save, and then when we go here, we'll see that the about page now has all of that code. But you also notice one thing that's very peculiar is that this will only go to 800 pixels and nothing else. There's no percentage width, and this is, just looks fucking horrible. So let's try to include all of the styles here, and you'll end up only saving about a couple of megabytes in terms of. Oops, I think I had it in contact already. Nope. So you only save a couple of bytes using this method, and at the same time you'll break your layout so badly that it's probably just horrible. All right, so do not do this. And I think I'm going to split this into separate videos, and in the next one I'm going to show you how to do it using PHP. So thank you for watching this, and one final warning, do not ever use iframes. They are horrible, as you can see. All right, thank you very much for watching. Check out my next video once it's uploaded, and have a nice day.